Hi, this is Saeed with The Bloom Show, brought to you by Above All Flowers and New Bloom Solutions and sponsored by Details Today. We have the pleasure, as a tradition, to bring on Molly Mullins of FDC, at WFFSA, sorry. And today we are here live at FDC. So we're super excited to have you, Molly. And can't forget to mention our co-host, Corrine Heck of Details is here with us today. So Molly, I know you've been super busy today, and thank you for making some time and adjusting your time with us. So truly appreciate you being here today.
Of course. I love being with you every year and talking about the flower business and everything that we love about FDC.
And thank you again for always supporting. Yesterday was an amazing event.
Wonderful.
It was great. I think you could attest to it.
Oh yeah, I've loved the conference for the last several years that we've participated. So I know how much goes into this.
Well,
yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's all of these, yesterday I was going to say a speech at the Bloom Together after party to say how inspiring and refreshing FDC is. And I think it's always a great time of the year to do it because it's a quarter, the first quarter, and it's a great time to roll into it. So, and again, what I was trying to say was thank you for your support on the Bloom Together after party.
Without question.
I think
it was a wonderful time. Wish I could have been there.
Yes.
Had conflict, but I heard it was a wonderful time.
It certainly is. And thank you again. We couldn't do without you guys collaborating with us, and we hope to continue to do a lot more. So you want to ask the first question? How about we do that?
Well, yeah. So I've enjoyed the conference. All the programming has been wonderful. I know how much goes into event design. So tell me about the process of planning this big event. Like, how long did it take? How many months have you been strategizing? And behind the concept of Future of Bloom?
Sure.
Future in Bloom.
The Floral Distribution Conference, we actually moved from the fall to the spring a couple years ago, a result of one of the benefits of COVID. We were able to look at when we really wanted to hold the program. So during the course of that process, we have our board of directors, our committee levels, all engaged in what we think would be of most value to our attendees. What are they looking for? What do they need to be talking about, whether it's education or networking offerings or things like that. So I have a great staff team that does events all the time, and so they know where they need to plan and what they need to do. But we really work with the industry and the leadership to say, okay, our wholesalers, they really want the opportunity to have discussion groups talking about pain points, problems they're dealing with. What can that look like? Education today we did on workforce development. What is it that we're all struggling with when we're trying to retain talent? So that's really the process that we start with, and then we build into the execution of, okay, how many lunches do we need for our 500-person event today? So
yeah. I imagine it's pretty much the same year over year, but what is different about this convention than maybe years past?
There's an energy within the industry that I think is palpable, and I think you can feel it here.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone is trying to understand what the industry is going to look like moving forward. There's been a lot of ebbs and flows since COVID, of insane times of busyness and productivity, and a change from being just holiday focused to more everyday. And what is this trend really going to be as we look to 5 years down the road? And I think you have, what I love the most about an event like this is I see the biggest competitors strategizing very openly with each other.
It's amazing.
I have, 4 of my biggest wholesalers in the industry, and they are talking about pain points. And I tried this. Have you tried that? They're laughing. They're engaging. They love each other. And that's what I think the flower business offers. Yeah. And what this industry has is, we did the LTK award to Bharat Shabata earlier today, and he was getting a little choked up, and everybody clapped and hooted and hollered because they knew it. They wanted to stand behind him. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's a wonderful testament to this business.
So you have and that's a beautiful story, and thank you for that. You have the name, and I always ask this question every year. The Future in Bloom, how did that name come up? What's the vision?
So we always try to think about where we are as an industry, where we are as an association, and we can't look back. We can't look at what we did 5 years ago and say we're going to go back to that. Mm-hmm. It's over, it's done, let's move on. So when we look at the future in Bloom, that's a good thing. We see a lot of opportunity ahead. We see a lot of ways this industry can reinvent itself and remarket itself. And that's what we want to focus on, is what is this going to look like tomorrow and the next day and the year after that, because that's where we're all going.
Okay. And that's a reality.
How can companies get more involved in WFFSA?
So we are super thrilled by our attendance this year. We've got close to 650 attendees, wow, which is awesome. One of the largest we've ever had on record. And I was so thrilled after our conference in 2021, which was one of the first ones back during COVID. everyone came to me and was like, I want to join a committee. I want to get involved. And those are kind of some of the first things you can start with is get on one of our committees, learn from your peers. You know, we have cohort groups here where people are meeting and talking, just like you did your women roundtable. You know, people want to collaborate and do that. So, you know, you reach out to the office. We're happy to put you in contact on how you can get more involved.
So you just go on the website.
Yeah, that would be the easiest. There's a contact form on there, or, you know, you can shoot me an email at any time. And I'd love to hear from people that we're working on putting together potentially a mentorship program so we match people a little bit better.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. Are there any surprises we have to look forward in the future? So tell us a little bit about that if you could share.
Certainly. We see a lot within the space of how do we retain that up-and-comer who's been in the business 2 to 4 years? Because we see the turnover at that level, right? They're either taken by another industry or they just move on. And they need to feel connected to the flower business. And places like Coming Here do that. Things like the Flower Movement do that. And other training programs like a mentorship program. And they don't need to know like all the ins and outs of the history, but they want to know why you stayed in this business, how you made money, what are these connections that you have, so that they can feel that and grow with it too. No pun intended. But so those are some of the things that we're working on and we see as opportunities for the industry.
Yeah. During the broadcast or during the afternoon, there was an event that's happening in Niagara Falls. Is that something you guys are putting on as well?
Yes. So that is DevX. It used to be called Management Institute.
Yeah.
It is the most fun thing WFFSA does. So
I saw the Niagara Falls in the hotel. I was like, okay, this is where I need to be.
It's super fun. So it's morphed into an event where we move it all around the country.
Okay.
We're in Niagara this year. So we start with a road trip where we go visit various wholesalers, retailers, really see the inner workings of the business. We have a lot of fun. We're on a bus. We have cocktails. It's great. And then we have 2 days of education. And we really try to focus it around leadership, marketing, sales, really things to help improve your bottom line.
Yeah.
We try to go off site and, experience the area where we are. And it's a group between about 80 and 100 attendees. So it's intimate, it's fun, and people leave there with a lot of energy for the business.
Well, and it's a great time of year too. It's in between all the major holidays. I feel like it's a good time to get away, not really high wedding season either. So I feel like it's going to be something I would love to help promote that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for that. We talked about moving the days. We've said, it's summer to people and everyone categorically said what you said. For our business, this is a great time of year to do it.
Well, and I think for people who have families too, it's right before school starts.
Yes.
So they can still take a trip or bring their kids or so forth.
Without question.
Yeah.
So I know you're working or speaking to Seed Your Future, which I think is a great organization. And tomorrow, hopefully the mayor will be coming and visiting and the students will also be coming. So that sounds like a great idea to tie in the whole student community. So I did want to thank you for allowing us to bring the Miami-Dade students on a tour of the convention. So I think that's awesome. Any thoughts on how we can connect better with the community?
Yeah, see, when you and Seed Your Future brought that idea to us, I went to my board, because obviously I wanted to be aware of it. And categorically, they thought this is a fantastic idea. What better way to showcase why you want to be in this business than here, right? At this beautiful property, amongst these beautiful flowers, with these engaging people, because that's what you'll remember. And the more we can do that with with the student populations, the more we can connect with educators on what kind of jobs we offer, what kind of industry growth potential there is out there. You could do really well in this business. Yeah. So being able to have them come in here and see the companies that are super successful, that's only going to make them want to work more.
And we hope to develop it. This year was a little small, so we hope that we can continue to work together with FDC and WFFSA to make it into something bigger and a part of the tradition.
We've talked about doing some scholarships as well, especially for DevX, to have them be able to come. It hurts no one to learn more and experience and all of that. So especially when you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life.
Well, and I think opening up to that younger generation to see these are the great careers that are in the industry, from, technology to wholesale to logistics, distribution, breeding. There's so many different benefits.
They might not know all that yet, right? They might not be like, oh, wow, I didn't know it was going to be a technology.
Or marketing.
Exactly.
And have fun to market flowers. Yeah. So I think it's a win-win.
Super fun.
Yeah.
So Molly, again, thank you for always supporting, being here. Thank you for hosting an amazing FDC. right? It's
And thank you for putting on such great programming and the
Yes.
networking opportunities, after parties. You know,
Hey,
I think that's what people are appreciating most too. They all want to hang out with their friends. This is everybody's flower family, right?
This is we call it the One Flower Family without question. Tonight we'll have, music, live entertainment, fortune tellers, photo booths. I mean,
a fortune teller.
Yeah, is there a theme?
That's
Is
a
there
little
something?
scary.
No, do we need to dress?
no
for
dress
this?
required. This
Okay,
is no
okay.
dress required, but it will be a Havana Nights theme.
Okay.
But we want you to work hard, play hard, enjoy each other, learn from each other, and that's what this event is all about. So the more opportunities we can provide to accomplish all that, the better off we'll all be.
Kudos.
And
Kudos
one
to you.
final question, if I
Sure.
may.
Okay.
How's the flower? Well, how is that One Flower family going? The flower movement. How is it going? And how can we help?
So the flower movement is really about showcasing the joy that flower brings to people's lives.
Yes.
So what we ask of our members is, if you are doing something in your community related to showcasing flowers, donating flowers, providing any types of, any of it to, a lot of the times it's with hospitals or nursing homes or things like that, take a video of it, take a photo of it, share it with us, because that's what we want to show the world, is how beautiful it is for individuals in their lives. I had a board member who told me that when she pulled up here at the Doral, got out of her car, she had a parking attendant walk up to her and say, "Karen, Candy?" And she was like, "Yeah, my name is Karen." And he goes, "I remember you from last year. You gave me flowers."
Oh, wow.
And she was blown away by that, because to him it mattered a tremendous amount. He took it home, he gave it to his girlfriend, and he remembered us, and he remembered our business. So that's the way we're going to increase sales. So how do we do that through the flower movement? And we have to showcase those kinds of stories.
That's great. Thank you, Molly.
Wonderful.
Thank you again. Any last questions?
Yeah. No, I have no questions.
All right.
No.
Thank
I'm
you
done.
guys
So thank you
very
again,
much for
Molly.
your time. It's a
Appreciate
pleasure as
you.
always.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.